Okay, so this is going to be week 3, Tuesday, and we are going to continue with this worksheet on area and perimeter or circumference. And this part only asks you to find the area. So I didn't actually go over the perimeter. So let's go over the perimeter. Whoops. So we did it. Actually, you know what? Let's finish all the area, then we'll go back to the perimeter. Okay. You need to stop talking now. All right. So area, we're done with this one. So D. So looking at D right here, this is going to be broken into 2 different spaces. So my first space is going to be, okay, my pen's not working. What is happening here? Jeez. Emma, I'm not going to ask you again. I really need to stop talking, please. I'm trying to finish this. We're going to have this rectangle piece right here. And your teacher, remember in the instructions, she said that you need to justify your answer. And you also need to explain the shapes and how you're finding the area and show your setup, right? So that piece right here is the first part. So this is how we're going to show it. This is a 5 and 12, right? So to find the area of this rectangle, it's length times width. You need to label it. Which number is length? Length is usually always the longest one. So what's your area then? What's your unit? Okay. Then what you're going to do is going to find the area of this triangle, right? It's telling you that these 2 sides are the same, right? With the little tick marks. Do you see the tick mark there? This tick mark right here, right? So if I take that and I just rotate that triangle over so I can see a little bit better, do you see that right there? This side is equal to this side. This is 15.8, 15.8. And then what is the base here? What is this piece right here? Go back to your picture and see if you can find that. Can you find it? What is this part right there in pink? What is that? Wouldn't that be this side right here? And what's the length of the side? Look at your paper. No, it's not. The 5 centimeter is this piece right there. This part is 5. This part right here is 15.8. What is this part, which is the base? This part is the same thing as this part. What is this part? So what is this part? There you go. Does that make sense? To find the area of this triangle, what's the formula? One half what? Just 1/2? Let's label. Which number is your base?
20 meters.
20? No. 20 is from here to here. That's not the base. Don't look at that triangle. I want you to look at this triangle. That's why we drew it over here. What is your base? Good. Where's your height? Nope, that's a hypotenuse. Did your teacher teach you about the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared? Okay. Barely? Yeah, that figures. Do you see this yellow triangle? If I take that yellow triangle and I just put it right here, you know that this piece right here is 15.8, right? The hypotenuse. What is this piece right here? No, it's half. Half of 12. So what's half of 12? This right here is your height. Do you see that? Okay, this is a right angle, right? So this is how it works. H squared plus 6 squared equals 15.8 squared. You took my calculator, so I suggest you bring it back and figure it out. Where's my calculator? That's great. Now bring it back. Okay, this part right here is not too difficult. So 6 squared is just 36. What is 15.8 squared? That's 15.8 times 15.8. Do that in your calculator. If I had to solve for h, which is your height, I would have to subtract 36. So what's 249.64 minus 36?
Minus 36.
Yeah,
213.
that's not correct. Or I'm sorry, go ahead. 213 what? Okay, to get rid of a square, you have to square root it. So pay attention to this one. Do you see how when I square root this side, I have to square root the right side as well? Square and square root cancel, so h is equal to what's the square root of 213.64? Square root it, please, on your calculator. Okay, let's look up here. Square root, do you see that? 200 and what was it?
13.64.
14.62 if I round it. Do you see that? So let's go back. So your height, what was it again? What did I say it was? 14.62. There's your height, right? So then when we go back to this question right over here. Great, now my computer froze. That's freaking great. Bitch. No, just wait. Okay, well, we're just gonna. All right, going back to this. So the area of a triangle is gonna be 1/2. You just found your base, 14.62 times the height. And your height, or I'm sorry, your base was 6, right? Height, which we just found, was 14.62. Half, remember one of the things I showed you how to do with this? Was we did 1/2 of 6 is what? 3. 14.62. Go ahead. What does that give me? What's 3 times 14.62? That doesn't look right. 3 times 14.62? And the unit is meters squared. Okay. So this computer is really making me insane. Oh my gosh. Did you find the area? And did you find the perimeter? You did do both, right? Right? I'm asking you a question. Did you find the area and the perimeter or no? Okay, let's go on to the next question right here. Okay, for this one, you have you have half of a circle, right? That looks like this. You know, this part right here is 8, right? Okay, so then that's the diameter. So then what is your radius? Half of a diameter. So what's half of that? Okay, area of a circle is pi r squared. So that's pi. Oh, you know what? We didn't finish this question. I just realized that. You gotta add the two together, right? So the triangle plus a rectangle is 60 plus 43.86. Which is 103.86 meters squared. Okay, well, that's your answer. All right, let's go back to E. So pi times 4 squared. What's 4 squared? That's your answer for, but this is a half a circle, right? So what's half of 16 pi? That's the area of half of a circle. Do you see that? Okay, so then let's go on to the next part, which is this triangle right here. Do you see this triangle? I'm gonna rotate this triangle so it's easier to see. So with this triangle, this part is 3, right? This part is 5. What's your area for a triangle? What's your area? What's your formula? Gotta memorize that. Let's label it. Which one is your height? Nope, that's your hypotenuse. Which one is your base? Good. Okay. So we have both of those. 1/2 base times height. Remember how I told you you want to do this little trick right here? What's that going to give you? Oh, it is 3. Sorry. I miswrote this. What's 1/2 of 8? 4. So then your area here is 12 for the triangle, right? You got to add the two together. So 8 pi plus 12 is the area. That's your answer, okay? And she asked you to keep it in pi form, so we're just going to keep it as is.
One part which was 12.
Fine, but you need to figure that out. Okay, next part. Do you see how I see that this is a rectangle right here? We're going to take that rectangle out right there. What is the length of this rectangle right here? 30, right? And it's given to me that this height right here is 15, right? Area of a rectangle is base times height, or you could do length times width, right? Which one's going to be your length? It's always along the side. Yep, which one's your width? So I'm going to do 30 times 15. 3 times 15 is 45. There's a 0. So centimeters squared. That is the area of the rectangle. Now what you're going to do is you want to take a look at this orange piece. Do you see this orange piece right here? And do you see this orange piece right here? With both of those orange pieces, don't they create one circle? Yeah. You know that the diameter is 15, so then what's the radius? The radius is going to be half of the diameter. From here to here, that's the radius. What is that going to be? What is it? No, half of 15 is 7.5, right? Isn't it? I mean, yeah, half of 15 is 7.5, right? So let's find the area of the circle, which is pi r squared. Pi 7.5 squared. So grab your calculator. What's 7.5 squared? Okay, 56.25 pi. That's the area of the circle. So now, when I add everything together here, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to do the rectangle plus the area of the circle, which is 450 plus 56.25. So I'm going to have you add it together. So then the area of this weird looking thing is going to equal to what?
25.
No, not multiplying. 450 plus 56.25. You need to add the two together. We're not multiplying because you're just. And what's your unit?
Centimeters.
There you go. Now you have the answers to all of the areas. Do you see that? My computer is a little bit glitchy, but that's okay. So now we're going to go back to the problem. Oh, this computer sucks. Okay. And it's exactly the same problem, but this time around, instead of looking for the area, because we already found it, we're going to look for the perimeter. Does that make sense? Okay, let's start off with A. Okay, with A, you have the perimeter of this weird shaped triangle, right? Okay, you know that 22 is this side right here. Do you see that? 34 is this side right here. And they give you this side right there. What is that side? Yeah, that's good because is that 34 point what? 34 point, just 34, right? So that's it. That's actually pretty awesome because then you didn't have to do anything. You didn't find anything. Just add everything. So just go ahead and add them. What do you have? 16.1 plus 34 plus 22.
72.1.
Okay, 72.1 feet, right? And there's no squared because you're doing perimeter. That's your perimeter, right? Now let's take a look at B. For B, it's this side, which is 22, plus this side, which is 26, plus this side. What is the side again? Good. And this side is? There we go. That was pretty easy, right? So perimeter of this weird shape, it's a parabola, is 22 times 2 plus 26 times 2, right? So what does that gonna give you? You could use your calculator. On the test, you probably won't be able to, but.
Do you have a digital calculator that you can use?
No, I'm saying like on your actual test for geometry.
172.
I didn't get that. I got 22 times 2 is 44. 26 times 2 is 52. So 44 plus 52. No, why would I square it? I will not square it. The only reason I have 2 there is because there are 2 sides. It's times 2. Okay? Quentin, can you tell her to be quiet, please? I would appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at this one. We're not timing. We're not timing. We're adding. Okay, you have the answer right there. I'm done. Like, we're done. We're moving on. Perimeter of this trapezoid. This side is what? Plus this side is?
32.
This side is? And this entire side is? Okay, so 16 plus 32 plus 11 plus 50. What does that give you? What do you have?
109.
109 meters, right? Okay, let's take a look at D. Okay, for D, your perimeter of this weird shaped thing is equal to this side, which is what? Okay, what's this side? Good, and we know that because of the little tick mark, right? Okay, so then this side is what? Good, and what's this side over here? No, this side right here. This side right here. Good, and then the last side is 12. So we have 15.8 times 2 plus 5 times 2 plus 12, right? So let's go ahead and do that. That's 10 plus 12. What's 15.8 times 2? What is it?
53.6.
Is it the total? Okay, 53.6. This is perimeter, so meters. There we go. All right, we're good? All right, E. So let's take a look at E. So for E, so perimeter of this weird shaped, it looks like an ice cream cone on the side, doesn't it? This side to this side is what? 5, right? This side to this side is what? I think it's also 5. It doesn't have the little tick mark, but I'm assuming it's 5. Maybe. Although, let's check, okay? So how you check with this is, do you see this triangle right here? If I take that triangle out, I know that this piece right here is that an 8 or a 3? I forgot. Oh, it's a 3. This part's 3, right? This entire thing is 8, so this piece right here has to be 4. Do you see that? So that's 4, right? So to get this piece right here, it's 4 squared plus 3 squared equals a question mark squared, okay? So 16 plus 9 equals question mark squared. 16 and 9 is 25, right? What's the square root of 25? 5. So those two are actually equal to each other, okay? So then to find this weird little curvature right here, it is going to be the circumference, but it's half of a circle, right? Circumference of half of a circle is going to be diameter times pi divided by 2, because there's half, right? The diameter is 8. Half of 8 is 4 pi. So your perimeter is going to be 4 pi, right? Okay, so then for the entire thing, let's do 4 pi, which is half the circle, plus 5 plus 5, which is 10. That's your, and then your centimeters. There you go. That is your answer. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, F, here we go. So we're gonna do the same thing. This one here is half a circle. This is a half a circle. So the circumference of the whole circle, because there's a whole circle if you put the two together, right? Is pi times the diameter. What's the diameter of the circle? It's from here to here. Good, 15. So 15. So we have that. Then you want the perimeter of the rectangle, right? But you gotta be careful with that because we're not gonna do the entire rectangle. We're just gonna do this piece here, right? And this piece here, which is what? 30 and 30, right? So then it's gonna be 15 pi plus 30 and 30 is 60. And that's it. That's your answer. Your circumference or perimeter, not circumference, of this weird shaped thing is this centimeter squared. And that's it. That concludes everything. Are you okay with this?
Yeah.
Okay, so these, oops, let me go back to this. So here are your answers for the entire problem, okay? So we have the perimeter right here, which is part of the answer. I'm gonna highlight it. Here's your perimeter for this one, perimeter for this one, perimeter for this one. You can't really see it because the projection is really small. Perimeter for this one and the perimeter for this one, right? There's 6, that's highlighted, right? Then going back to this one over here, which my computer's not working. Okay, this is gonna be your answer for the area, right? So here's your area. There's your area. No, I don't know which one. I think, oh, this is the area right here, I think. That's the area. There's the area. And then, oh, this one is right here. I asked you to multiply it. Did you multiply that out? You have your calculator, right? What's 26 times 30?
Oh,
6, 8. Oh, it's 780, isn't it? Is it 780? Okay, so there you go. Now you have everything. Okay. All right, that concludes it. When you come back from Taekwondo, I will recommend that you go ahead and